What's up everyone? Welcome back to 10/10 Reviews. Today we have the Audi A6 Quattro in the S line. Look at those Audi laser technology headlights. We got 19-inch wheels on this. We have a 194-inch car. Don't know what the wheelbase is. Take you all the way around this magnificent beast. Taillights are so cool in this too, and they do a little dance when you're signaling. And they do a whole bunch of good stuff. That's the view. That's the view right there. This A6 Quattro S-Line is optioned out with the V6 with a 7-speed auto, all-wheel drive, making 248 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque. Soft open and soft close. Now let's get to the cargo area in this car. We have a 13.7 cubic feet trunk over here. You could fit a lot back there, maybe 3 large suitcases. We have power liftgate and power close, and a lock button if you want to just lock it and walk away. We also have soft open and soft close doors in all 4 of these. Let's take a look at this back seat right here. It is super comfortable in this car. I love it. Look at this door panel over here. We have this nice wood right here. I like how everything just flows. Looks really good. Buttons, we even have the peasant blockers that we're also very fond of. Just kind of put it in there. Boom. And we have the ambient lighting going through here as well. And one thing I did forget to mention is the 37 inches of legroom. I am such a happy camper back here. It's just super comfy and it's such a nice place to be. So much space. Sitting behind myself at 5'6", really good. We have a little clothing hanger over here. We have our HVAC back here. We actually have dual zone, which I'll show you. I gotta turn the car on. Give me a sec. There we go. We have dual zone climate back here, which is a pretty great feature as well. And you can choose the very direction that your air flows in. Single 12-volt cigarette lighter thingy back here. Still think nobody uses it. And 2 USB outlets. I like how they're labeled 3, 4. We have 1, 2 are up here. And this is a really cool. If you like the armrests where no matter where you go, they'll stay, this is the one for you. Let me show it to you from the other side though. 2 little pockets. Little door pocket for some water. That's about it back here. Again, ambient lighting. Also forgot to mention that there are 2 LEDs back here, and they are strong as heck. So you can read anything you like. It is nice and breezy. Easy breezy back here. Nice armrest, little compartment in there. Kind of looks like it's for your jewelry or something, I don't know. I don't know if we can get back to the trunk from here. Oh, looks like we can. Boom, direct trunk access. I like that a lot. And you're going skiing with your Audi A6. What do we have here? Cup holders. Kind of hard, but that's cool. Not a big deal. This is nice and plush at least. Now over here you have 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't know if this counts, doesn't count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know, count that, whatever. A million way adjustable seats, very comfortable, strong lumbar back here. I could ride in this car for a really long time. It is genuinely that comfortable. Now I did promise that I would show you the armrest from the other side. Don't want to give away too many contents as this is not my car, but I love that it will rest anywhere. I love that. Not too much going on here, super shallow, maybe some coins, maybe a pen or 2. And again, here is USB 1, USB 2, a little SD card in here, store music, store nav stuff. That's probably about it. Wow. What an awesome place to be. This is screen heaven. If you like technology, this is already an interior for you. And this digital gauge cluster is pretty sick too. You can easily scroll through your stuff, and these are actual buttons. You can hear the clickiness, super premium. There's a view button, okay, over here. I think that this is great. This is all I really need. And this is in addition to the HUD, which I don't know if you can see. Let me know if you can. I'm pretty sure you can. But this is really easy to get on with. And this is in addition to CarPlay as well. You have all your normal stuff on your steering wheel over here, as you can see, right? All your phone stuff, all your gauge cluster stuff, tracks, all that stuff. We have paddle shifters, we have rain sensing windshield, we have adaptive cruise control. This is a 2019 model. This car gets 525, I don't know if you can see that, 525 miles on a full tank. It costs 50 to fill up on premium, so that's pretty crazy. Either this car is crazy fuel efficient, or it's just got a huge tank. But when I checked my numbers, it was close to around 2021, which isn't insane in terms of MPG. Now down here, we have a couple additional features. We have our engine start stop off, we have our lane keep assist. Over here we can bring up our more stuff about our seats and get heated and cooling, which is really comfortable. We have our garage inputs for when you want to just do one press and open up your garage door. I'll do it right now. Gotta love that, right? Back to over here, this button over here has our manual rear peasant blocker. Very nifty when the sun is blinding you from the back. Over here, this actually, if you hold it, will turn your HUD on or off, right? And then this will turn off your top screen. So when we look over here, we have our Apple CarPlay usual stuff, right? Boom, got my phone hooked up, very easy to get on with. It actually has wireless as well, which is wonderful. We have our Audi media center over here, whatever's going on over here. Source, you can get Sirius XM, all that good stuff. Phone call, boom. And you have your Audi maps, which are the same that are displayed over here if you like them to. There's more going on in here. We actually have some vehicle settings. You can play with comfort, auto, dynamic, or you can make your own individual where you can choose different steering settings and different drive settings in terms of RPM. And I really like when a car puts on the finishing touches of letting you change your steering, because some comfort steering is too loose, some sports steering is too tight, and they even have a balance mode. We have a parking aid. This car does come complete with a 360 camera, which I will now show. Over here with trajectory, which is just stellar. Love this car for that reason. And you get tons of views. You even get your little 3D model simulator. So I'll even show you. Boop. Crazy, right? But we get tons of other views. If I can get out of here. There we go. Tons of other views. And they're very high resolution. I could read a street sign on this. I could probably read a book on this from a distance. High key, low key. Does the reverse camera actually work in practice? Well, I have trajectory here and here, which is pretty great. I have different zones of where it tells me I can go. As I said, I can go through all of these different views. And there's a kitty cat over here that I really don't want to hit. Hey, look at the little kitty cat. Hi, Mr. Kitty Cat. How you doing, bro? Where are you going? Hi, no, it's okay. I'm sorry, did the Audi laser lights blind you? We have ambient lighting, where they claim that I don't know, some obscure number of options, but they're really, all you need are like 5 or 6, let's be real. You can do line, you can do above and below as well. Change the brightness of it, change the color. Look at all these, you got so many to choose from. It's actually insane. But it's really cool at night. It's just a shame. Oh, you kind of can see it right now, actually. Here, I'm going for an orange. You can kind of see it just coming around there, wrapping around. And it does go all the way to the back, which is awesome. And I will show you back there. Yeah, a lot of stuff buried in here. Everything Porsche, Audi, Volkswagen. It's really buried in there. A lot of stuff. And now here at night you can really see this ambient lighting coming in. It is so nice. Let's play with the colors a little bit, because why not? Why not? I always reach for it over here. It's not over here, it's over here, because this is all about resting. Look how resting this is. Look how comfy. Your wrist should be on this. You have your volume and tune knob over here, by the way. You have your start-stop engine. And one thing I didn't realize earlier is that you have these over here. Defrost your front and rear, your emergency lights, your blinkers, and your traction control off as well. But right now, let's just check out these ambient lighting. Let's try, see if I can even find it. So much stuff here. Light and visibility, interior lighting. That wasn't so bad. Look at these different colors. Oh, I like this red. This red is badass. And as you can see, there are two different colors. Over here you can choose individual surfaces. Okay, so let's make surfaces blue. So that's down there, as you can see, right? You can make your footwell its own color. Let's make footwell green. What? Footwell green. Whatever. And then let's do the line as red or something like that, just for the juxtaposition. We'll call it Christmas mode. Aha. And you see it on top right there, right here. And you got the green down here, you got the footwell. And these are nice pedals. Even the dead pedals, really nice and traction-y. So like, you're not really gonna slip. A lot of them are slippery, which doesn't make any sense. Forgot about this over here. Don't know what it does. Pretty cool. I think they're your fog lights. Actually, it says it over here. All-weather lights is what it calls them. All right, Audi, if you say so. And we have this. The only non-luxurious thing in this is how this thing comes down. Everything else comes down really nice and damped. But then this over here is just... Okay, whatever. But yeah, it's a pretty big cabin. I can fit my whole hand in there. All right, well, in that case, let's set off here. I'll get into the paddles and stuff later. I'll try the different drive modes with the different steering that are over here. Right now, I'm just going to put everything into comfort. Let's get out of here. Those lights could straight up burn down some dry tinder. This suspension is so comfy. It feels like a lot of cars are supposed to be, where they claim they have a really buttery suspension, but this really does. This has a buttery transmission and a buttery suspension with that 7-speed auto. This is such a comfy place to be. These turn stalks have such weight, it is absurd. They feel so comfortable and premium. Over here we have our windshield wipers, which are supposed to be automatic. Yeah, I did that, whoops. But they rarely actually come on in the rain, has been my experience. We'll run that one more time real quick. Over here we have our turn signal, and over here we have our adaptive cruise control. I'm not really gonna get into that. You can watch other videos on that because people have vlogged it to death. So this is kind of just local driving. Everything's in comfort. Steering is in comfort, right? Comfort, balanced. Everything's nice and chill. And again, we're just in drive mode, individual, so it should basically just be in normal. I don't hear anything from the outside. It's very quiet, and I have this lovely frameless rear view mirror over here. I really like the mirrors on here. It's gonna be weird to liken them down, even though Audi had them first, but it reminds me of the new Civic and the Mazda 3, which it's weird that you would be really into like a mirror, but these mirrors are so fancy. They just have a perfect shape, and they're so meaty and wide that they just feel luxurious. I never thought I'd be talking about that, but here I am. So yeah, car weight's up pretty nice. It does just fine in all turns. I'm going 36 here, so big deal. And now I'm gonna slow down as it asks me to and be a responsible driver. But I don't feel thrown around. This car stays pretty flat, very comfortable. No complaints here at all. All right, just gonna step on it over here. I'm gonna go sport here, and I'm gonna go sport here. And does it tighten up? Does it really tighten up? So it looks like when you do mess with these vehicle settings, it does put you into sport. 35 and 35, how do you like that? But the way it is a little bit more responsive. Again, I'm going 30, so you're not really going to see it, but I will get into some spirited driving later. This steering wheel has so many good grip points. There's nowhere where I'm not comfortable putting my hand. One thing I will say though, which is a bit annoying, is that this armrest, not only is it not as soft as it could be, especially in a car this nice, but it's really far back, so I can't even reach my steering wheel. Luckily, this does have electronic telescoping, so if I really try really hard to bring it out here, yeah, I can actually, this is nice. I like this. This is my new move. But now I feel like the steering wheel is on my chest, so that's a little weird. But all in all, very comfortable. Weights up just great. Give it a little gas. It does just fine. And the brakes as well are very, very strong without being grabby. Just like the Jag that I recently reviewed, these are not super electronic, not super, you can come. I don't have time for this. But they definitely have the stopping power. This car is around 4,200 pounds, so just as heavy, if not, I think it's 4,266 specifically. It's a heavy car, but it stops just fine because these brakes are great. They're definitely 19-inch wheels, and you don't get that much road noise. You don't get a ton of like road choppiness or bumpiness. It doesn't feel harsh. I do feel like it's kind of a medium between I'm gliding and I have a little bit of road feel. But what I want to talk about for a second is the steering. Whether you're in this balanced sport or comfortable steering, it is communicative, and that's a bad rap that Audi gets. When it's uncomfortable, it does feel a little, there's a lot of pull back to on center. You can see it right here, right? It really does pull you back to on center. I like it. And I don't really feel that there's an area of vagueness. I do feel that I can see where the front tires are pointing, and I really like it. But usually in an Audi, I'm like, oh, what's going on? I don't know where I'm facing. It's so numb. But somehow this is kind of the one, and you wouldn't expect that from an A6. It's kind of closer to the luxury side. Than it is to the sport. But it does feel like it has a little bit of pickup. I'm not complaining. Audi is also equipped with the emergency brake, as really any car in this price range should be. You see a lot cheaper cars complete with that as well. People tell me though that it kind of freaks them out a little bit. Alright, let's rock it out of here. Yeah, this thing is really, really something else. I like it. It's very controllable. There's nothing scary going on here. You never feel like you're going to lose control of this car. It has all-wheel drive, and it stays firmly planted as well. It's really easy to rock it around corners, and you don't get that flying feeling where you have no communication. The steering is surprisingly communicative. I'm going to pull up into here. And I like the turning radius. It's a longer car, and you expect it to be a little bit worse than it is. For a car this heavy, it turns well, it weights up, it's got some oomph to it, which I really like, This is an all-around do-it car. You can highway cruise on this. You can gun it. You can have a little bit of fun. You can play with the adaptive stuff, and that's something that you really like to see is, do I get that adaptive steering? Can I change it a little bit? Do my revs actually change, or barely when I get into the different modes? When I take manual, is it snappy? Does it respond well? I say yes to all of those, and I was glad to be in it. I think that this car is a pleasure. I'm just gonna hop over here. And the steering wheel is also just awesome. See how it does from a dig. A little bit of performance driving. Because I'm sick puppy. They're not going, so I will.
In 3/4 of a mile, turn left onto Gulfside Drive.
Those brakes are just so buttery. stiff yet smooth. I don't get a lot of float. However, when the bumps come in, then it just soaks them all up. So they kind of mastered that, dare I say. The shifts are very snappy. I like the shifts in here. This is a great car. It really is. I don't know how long it'll last, being a Volkswagen Audi product, but it just does so well. Great car. Okay, so right on red is legal here, so I'm gonna go for it, and I'm gonna absolutely just gun it out of here with the paddle shifters. Everything's in sport, and let's see how it does. Yeah, this thing rips. This thing rips. That was awesome. All right, so this car does have some pickup. I actually changed my mind. I am going to show you the adaptive cruise control. Let's see if we can get it working. I pull it back here, and it should be engaged. Let's see how it works. Now, I don't know what the situation is with the lane keep here. We'll try it out. I have my foot on the brake just in case, don't worry. But right now it feels like it's doing its speed very well. I don't know if it's keeping its lane or if I am. It does feel really tight over here. I feel like it might be, but that's not something you really want to play around with unless you know it for a fact. Again, my foot is right here on the brake. Do not worry, do not fear. It is definitely keeping my lane, but it is ping-ponging just a little bit. So it's not like the most comforting thing in the world, but again, this car is from 2019, so you kind of take what you can get. Let's see how it stops. If it does stop and fit the car in front of me. If not, again, foot is right here on the brake. Don't try this at home, kids. Let's see if it keeps this at all, or if I'm gonna. Okay, it does. It's got me. It's got me. Again, you never want to, and it tells me to take over because it's hard to read the road. Okay, adaptive cruise is still on. Let's see how it does. I am not touching the brake. I am not touching the brake. The car is doing this right now. That is comforting. That was good. I'm very proud of it. Let's see if it gets going again, though. That's a big deal. A lot of cars require you to then press the gas again to keep going. I want to see if this can take it. You won't have to just sit here with me. This is my mundane life, and I'm not going to force you into it. But thank you for coming along with the ride on 10/10 reviews. I love doing this. I haven't done this very long. I'm just trying to get into it. But hey, I thought if I could do this, it would make me so happy. So I hope that you guys are enjoying what I'm putting out. And if there are any suggestions, again, I'm early in the game. If there's anything that you want to throw in there that you say, I'd like to see more of this, or you do some of this, but I'm curious about this, I'd be happy to touch on that stuff. Okay, the car in front of me is about to go. Let's see what happens. I'm getting nothing, I'm getting nothing, I'm getting nothing, I'm probably gonna get honked. So I had to initiate that. There was no there was no accelerate from stop. However, it did stop on its own, and I think that that's really the important part. Big deal, you have to put your foot on the gas again. It's still luxurious enough, and it kind of works as a traffic jam control as well. A lot of these systems, they won't work under, I don't know, 30. They say that they start working at 30. Again, car in front of me is going over, slowing down. I was too, now I'm speeding up. I am not touching a thing, foot on my gas, brake, steering, any of that. The car is doing 100% of this, and it's doing a surprisingly decent job. I don't feel like I'm gonna die right now. But that was interesting enough. I'm gonna take control again. Thank you so much, Audi Systems. You did great, and it's off. Now I'm back in control, and I'm gonna drive like a hooligan because I'm a bad person. So that's it in a spirited sense, in a cruising sense, in a local sense. I hope you got a good idea of this Audi A6 Quattro in the S-Line. Thanks so much for joining me on 10/10 Reviews, guys.